What if the world's most famous bubble wasn't about flowers at all, but about promises? We picture drunken traders buying tulips for the price of a canal house and losing everything overnight. But here's the mystery. Why did sober merchants join, and why did the frenzy end, not with a war or decree, but with silence, a room where no one bid? Stay with me. We'll uncover how a virus painted petals like flames, how contracts traded wind, and how a single winter night in 1637 felt like a trapdoor under Europe's richest market. Then we'll connect it to booms you've personally seen. If stories like this sharpen your financial instincts, please subscribe and like this video. It genuinely helps this channel reach curious minds like yours. 17th century Holland. Small republic, big trade. Ships bring spices, timber, and silver. Amsterdam becomes Europe's financial engine. The Dutch invent new financial tools, joint stock shares, transferable contracts, risk insurance, because commerce demands them. Enter the tulip from the Ottoman Empire, tall, precise, and sometimes spectacularly streaked. Those flame-like streaks, then a mystery, now known as a mosaic virus, created rare looks collectors craved. Scarcity met status. Status met a culture that loved markets. Prices began to matter. But tulips are seasonal. Most of the year the bulb is underground. You can't move it, but you can trade the right to it. If you can trade rights, you can speculate. If you can speculate, you can build a market that runs faster than the flowers themselves. First, tulips live in elite gardens. Scholars, regents, wealthy merchants. Names like Semper Augustus and Viceroy circulate in catalogs. Still-life painters showcase petals beside silver and silk. A flower becomes a brand. Because bulbs can't be dug up in winter, traders write forward contracts. I'll buy your bulb in spring at price X. That clever workaround opens the door to non-gardeners. Brewers, shipwrights, cloth merchants, people with money and appetite. You don't need a greenhouse, you need a quill and credit, and a story. As prices tick up, stories outrun facts. A neighbor doubles money in a week. A single bulb fetches a craftsman's annual wages. Pamphlets whisper that some sums rival a canal house. Whether every claim was true or not, the narrative pulled in the next buyer. Forward deals required only small, earnest payments. With little money down and settlement months away, gains looked huge, losses felt far away. Paper promised profits faster than petals could grow. Markets thin out at the top. Rare bulbs had few natural buyers. When newcomers piled in, prices jumped farther than fundamentals. The table in a winter tavern becomes a micro-exchange. Not a swap of flowers, but a swap of risk. Confidence is high. Margins of safety get thin. Then, February 1637, a local auction in Haarlem. A lot comes up. No bid. Another lot. Silence. If a bulb doesn't clear at this price, maybe yesterday's price was wrong. If that price is wrong, so is every copy of that price. Doubt spreads faster than any ship can sail. No bid, doubt, repricing, forced sales, lower quotes, more doubt. A market built on confidence finds out what happens when confidence has a snow day. Prices don't glide, they vanish where no buyer stands. The most exposed weren't elite collectors with gardens. It was the late entrants holding stacks of forward promises. They planned to flip contracts before spring. Now spring looms, prices are unknown, and counterparties go quiet. Local guilds and officials try a compromise. Let buyers cancel by paying a fee, effectively turning firm deals into options. In theory, it spreads pain. In practice, it undermines enforcement. If the penalty is small relative to losses, most buyers walk away. Most sellers eat the difference. Courts show limited appetite to enforce informal tavern contracts. Without credible enforcement, many promises are wind. Trading freezes. Reputation suffers. But the Dutch economy doesn't collapse. Ships still sail. What changes is memory. Satire prints mock fools, and tulips become a moral parable. The parable is catchy, but incomplete. Strip the morality, study the mechanism, seasonal illiquidity, contract innovation, rational workaround, small earnest, big notional. Tiny cash down magnifies perceived gains and hides risk. Thin natural demand, high volatility. Few true buyers at high prices means fast ascents and fast air pockets. Legal ambiguity, enforcement risk. If courts won't back the paper might be worth less than the ink. Prestige utility, herding. Social rewards compound financial ones until embarrassment replaces prestige. You've seen these mechanics wearing new clothes. Dot-coms, 1999-2000. Noveltech Plus, easy access. Paper claims, stocks, priced far ahead of cash flows. Housing and derivatives, 2003 to 2007. Indirect exposure to real assets. Many never plan to take delivery of risk, only to pass it along. Crypto and NFTs, 2020-2022. Digital scarcity with social prestige. Liquidity is abundant until a no-bid moment. Meme stocks. A tavern becomes an app. Herding accelerates. Liquidity is confidence with a progress bar. Rhyme scheme, innovation, access, narrative, thin true demand, policy patch, abrupt repricing. Understand the plumbing. Bubbles ride on pipes, contracts, settlement, enforcement, not just on stories. Ask who the natural buyer is at this price. If the answer is not many, you're timing a door, not investing. Price enforcement risk. A promise is only as good as the venue that backs it. The next tulip won't look like a flower. It'll be a clever instrument, a viral narrative, or a slick app that hides leverage as convenience. Build strategies that don't require perfect confidence to survive the night of no bids. If this helped you see patterns more clearly, subscribe and like. It really helps. And for the next chapter, check out another video on this channel. We compare this mania with a later bubble you probably think you understand, until you don't.